listen, it does not need to be a new year, a new you. It just needs to be a new year, a healthier you. Because sure, okay, they trying to take us down at every front. So get some TLC products and up that metabolism and up that energy and up that immune system, okay, that digestive system. Get that all together with these TLC products right here. And don't forget, okay, sign up for ifyoucanmove.com and become a part of the online gym and shed the pounds, honey. We're starting a new challenge on January 3rd, and I would love to see y'all there. Get the links down below. Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondi. Oh wait, let me get this mic together. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Ready to Love, y'all. This is the second part to the reunion for The Last Resort, season 3. So let's go ahead and get into who dropkick who on the show. So Jay and Joy, they're not together. They, have gone out on dates. They have but Joy is still trying to deal with her sister's passing. Honestly, I feel like Jay turned out not to be as romantic and not to be the guy she really thought he was. I think on the show, there is very much a false pretense that a lot of people put up. And once you get home, you see the real them. And I think that the real him just isn't probably the one for Joy, in my opinion. But they're kind of acting like it's still kind of open-ended. Like it can still go, either way. But yeah, it's not happening. So they talked to the first two people, the first man and woman on the show who left. And the guy, Sam, I think his name is, has a baby on the way. So there are at least 3 cast members with babies on the way, or who had babies on the way during taping and didn't know. Child, who knows? Because it seemed like Alicia might have been pregnant during taping. But anyway, Raymond and Shay are now dating. And y'all remember Raymond, right? Raymond was the guitar player for Genuine and them with all of the kids, all right? And she actually played him dust on the show. Shay, the one who we thought was just there to be messy, who was also a chef. We thought she was just there to be messy. Cause she used to do a lot of messy shit. It didn't really seem like she was on the show for love, but apparently she and Raymond have been out on some dates with, some of the other cast members, and they was making googly eyes over some crab legs, baby, said Simone, and it's been on and popping ever since then. So there is something going on there. The thing that annoyed me was Raymond still trying to act as if being married and living with somebody for 10 years who you are not married to is the same thing, because it's common law. It's still not the same thing. I'm gonna tell you why. When you actually make the effort to go and sign those papers and go through the ritual of a wedding or getting married, period, whatever that ritual for you may be, you are taking a step. That's why rituals happen. That's why we do rituals in almost everything that we do. There's a ritual to it in one way or another. And getting married is no different. You don't get to decide that you're married just because you live with somebody, because you have not actually made the commitment. And, in order to say this is the person that is my husband, my wife, whatever, there is a ritual that has to take place. And when there is no ritual, there is no marriage. Even if that's going down to the courthouse, something has to be done in order for you to be married. Y'all living together ain't good enough for nobody. And I like that Uncle Tommy got Raymond together and told him that no woman should be sitting around waiting on a man to marry her. If he with you for 10 years and he ain't married you yet, he's not going to. Let his ass go. So that made me feel like Raymond may not necessarily be ready for a relationship for real, the way he thinks he is. He's always on this deep talk bullshit, but seems very surface level to me. I don't know what he and Shay's relationship is like, but it almost felt like she felt like it was more than what it really was. They've smashed. That's the vibe I got. But it just seemed as if maybe she was more romantically interested in him than he was in her. You know what I'm saying? And I say romance because we can have sex. But when we're really romantically involved and into each other and thinking about dating exclusively and all of that type of shit, that's a different vibe. And I don't know if Raymond was giving off that vibe. I guess only time will tell for them. So we get to Naya and her basically acting as if she never had a connection with anybody on the show when she was kicked off. Okay, she was butthurt to say the least. She made herself look like a nut. I mean, honestly, Naya, nobody is probably really going to want to deal with you if they've seen you on this show, because you come off as a complete nutty buddy, sis. And I hate to put that out there about you. I don't like to call women crazy because I feel like it's very dismissive. That's why I'm trying to find other words for it. But for you to like get up on here and say you never had a connection, like to like switch on and off like that, that's what I'm referring to. That's what I'm referring to. Okay? You're a liar, and then you act like it's not a lie. You're a liar, okay? And the fact that you don't really want to form anything strong, but you want that from the man is also something that I would not deal with from anybody. Somebody who wants me to be all in, but they're not all in. Like even on stage during a reunion, she's talking about how I'm still open to dating Edwin. I'm still open to dating Chris. I'm still open to dating anybody that asks me. Why are you open to dating anybody that asks you? You know, she was like, if anybody asks me out, I'm going to say yes because I am dating. That sounds stupid. That sounds like a waste of time for a woman who supposedly wants to have children very soon. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. She doesn't make sense to me. What she wants versus how she acts and how she goes about, you know, handling these relationships. She took no personal responsibility whatsoever for the way she came off. And that is very unattractive as far as I'm concerned. Okay. But Chris was very hurt and surprised by the way she talked about their relationship after it was all said and done. I'm sure he felt like he had done something wrong. But the truth of the matter is that bitch crazy. That's the truth of the matter. That bitch crazy. Like, cut it out. Like, I'm sorry, but it's 2021. The idea of a man paying all of the mortgage if both people are bringing in the same amount of money, like, I just kind of feel like to completely shut a man off for some shit like that, that's crazy to me. Okay? Because it seems as if you make your own money. Like, I get it, but the way she responded to me was just, I just didn't like it, me personally. And it's great if a man does do that for you. You know, my daddy paid the whole mortgage, so I get it. That's great. But I also feel like because it was something that he was willing to correct and change, I don't understand why it was made such a big deal. And then she says that they had handled the situation and he corrected it right then, but then he went and had conversations with other people about it. Well, so did you. So did you. You had a conversation with Edwin about it that ended up with you giving him, you know, basically a fucking tongue kiss on television while Chris is getting all of these little pecks from you. So to me, it comes off as if you were perpetrating from the very beginning, that you were bullshitting and not being genuine from the very beginning. And if a man had come on this show and did that, they would have held his feet to the fire. But because she's a woman, it's like she was allowed to skate by with crazy eyes and a cute haircut. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, miss me with the bullshit, Naya. Miss me with all of your bullshit, sis. She even talked about having potentials outside of the show. I don't know whether she was just talking shit there or not. She said she was just talking shit when she said she had a man in Atlanta. But either way, you know, they talk about her and Edwin dating since the show has been off, and they dated. And he, you know, basically says in a roundabout way that, oh, you know, I just have a lot going on with the business. Basically, you saying you don't have the bandwidth to deal with her crazy. Because you got your own shit to deal with. You ain't got to circle the airport. We got it. So Denise, y'all. Denise and all of her, you know, making statements about light-skinned people. Child, listen, I'm honestly feeling like everybody is blowing that light-skinned comment out of proportion. I felt like Adriana was being messy when she brought it back to Rashid in the first place. I felt like Tommy was being a little sensitive when he got upset about it. I do understand people being annoyed with stereotypes attached to skin tones, trust me. But I also get aggravated when people act like there is no truth to a stereotype about certain light-skinned people feeling that they are the shit simply because they're light-skinned. Denise was absolutely wrong about Rashid as far as I'm concerned. And I said it from the beginning that I think he just came off a certain way because he's trying to portray a certain, you know, energy that says I'm confident, but it can sometimes come off as you being kind of, you know, like an asshole or a tool or something. Like, yes, I understood why she said that based off of who she knows. And she said, you know, light-skinned, tall, he's a part of fraternity. Everybody can sit up there and act like they don't know these tall, light-skinned fraternity guys that, you know, are assholes that kind of run in packs. Y'all can act like y'all don't know them. Some of y'all may not know them. But I feel like just because somebody fit a mold does not mean it's supposed to be something labeled for all light-skinned people. And I don't feel like that's what she was saying. I don't think she was labeling all light-skinned men as narcissistic, but we know there are a lot of, you know, pretty rickies around here, so to speak, okay, for lack of a better term at the moment, okay? I'm just saying there are certain stereotypes that people fit into all the time. If it wasn't true, we wouldn't have people like Danny Lee, you know, having a Yellow Bone song, all excited and shit to be light complected, bitch. You know, congratulations on having a lack of melanin, bitch. Like, congratulate, like, fuck you on a cookie. You know, writing a song about how bucked up you are about that. All right, cool, great. You know, be proud of who you are, bitch. But why does it have to be a comparison situation? Never mind. What I am going to say is that obviously in the world that we live in, the closer you are to white, the better people feel about you, the better you are viewed in the world. So for Tommy and them to act like, you know, Denise's comments about, you know, somebody being narcissistic or being light-skinned, being attached, I just kind of felt like they would being butthurt for nothing. Like, it wasn't necessarily about all light-skinned people. It was about a man in a, you know, in all of those molds. A man having all of those things in line can sometimes fit a mold. And for Tommy and them to act like they couldn't understand that and to kind of play victim to me about, oh, you know, I'm a light-skinned man and I was offended. Wasn't nobody talking to you, Tommy. If that ain't true, what you hurt for? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I just didn't feel like it was a generalized statement about all light-skinned people. I feel like it was a certain type of guy. And yes, she could have and should have apologized for coming at Rashid like that, because that wasn't him. But at the same time, I feel like that one comment was blown out of proportion because of Adriana. I feel like Denise did come at Adriana, and that's why Adriana felt the need to go back and take that to the group and blow that shit out of proportion the way that she did. That's just my opinion on it. I do felt like Adriana acted as if she had done nothing to Denise when she did that shit, but that started a whole bunch of drama that didn't have to happen. You know what I'm saying? Denise and Rashid didn't have many interactions anyway, so it didn't even have to be all of that. Like, but Denise ends up shooting her own self in the foot because she has this attitude, you know, well, I'm going to apologize for Adriana, or I'm going to apologize if I made you feel some type of way. No, apologize because you made an assessment about a man who you had only known for 3 seconds and you were wrong. That's why you should apologize. Because you were upset when people wanted to label you aggressive. Okay? So understand how he feels as well. I don't know, people sitting up there acting like, you know, being called narcissistic has really been out here hurting light-skinned people. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. I just can't stand, like, there are, you know, issues on both sides, but I'm not about to sit up here and act like, you know, there are light-skinned people out here really struggling because somebody said, you know, I guess you just narcissistic showing up light-skinned. Like, I've never heard that. Like, please stop. Yeah, y'all think highly of yourselves. Absolutely. But that's not a hindrance to you in society, as far as I'm concerned. Not in the same way as viewing somebody aggressive is. And that's just my opinion. Sorry. How I see the world. Adriana says that Denise was always coming for her for no reason, which I do feel. I feel like Denise was intimidated by Adriana because she was younger. And bubbly and giving off all those young girl vibes. Denise says Adriana disrespected her in person. I just feel like she was being messy, but I don't feel like she disrespected you. I feel like you are always on the defense, and when you feel insecure, you pounce on people who you feel like are weaker than you. And Adriana just handled you in a passive-aggressive way instead of coming at you the way you were coming at her. When they go on break, Denise says it's all bullshit. Adriana says that, you know, we just don't fit. We don't like each other, and that's what it is. Ain't about to be making peace, bitch. I don't like you. You don't like me. We wouldn't be friends in the regular world. It is what it is. And that's that. But for Adriana to act like she doesn't get the issue, I think that's bullshit. I think that's more so on the lines of her, you know, playing that, oh, I'm just so, you know, young and innocent. Oh my God, I had no idea. You know, she's doing that thing. I don't have time for that. So Rashid and Kelfani were vying for Adriana's affections. And she ended up choosing Kelfani. And we're trying to understand why, since she had basically staked her claim on Rashid. Okay? And Rashid felt like once he realized she was more into Kelfani, he did not feel the need to continue to chase her because that's what it felt like. She wanted somebody to chase her, and she felt like Kelfani was. I don't feel like Kelfani was chasing her. I feel like she felt like Kelfani had chosen her over Denise, which is why she felt the need to give him more of her attentions and her energies, along with the fact that she was probably a little bit more sexually attracted to Kelfani than Rashid. Denise denies being jealous of Kelfani and Adriana's relationship. It's bullshit. You were obviously jealous. Don't get on the stage now and act like you weren't. You were. She says they were trying to make her look aggressive when she was just being assertive. I may not like that word aggressive, and I won't call you that, but I'll definitely say you were jealous. I'll definitely say you were jealous. And you let that get the better of you, and now you're sitting up here lying saying that you didn't, and you did. And I honestly don't like the fact that on this reunion, they didn't really hold people's feet to the fire. I understand it's not that type of show, but I think a lot of people were able to just get on stage and lie and bullshit, and then we just move on to the next segment. There was no real, like, well, we just saw it. How are you going to say that's not what happened when we just saw it? Like, there was no correcting for the bullshit that was happening on the stage. So Adriana chose Kelfani, and then Denise says that, oh, it's because she left. Girl, please. That's not why. He was going to choose her anyway because he saw her as somebody that was more controllable than you. Adriana says that the reason why she and Kelfani are no longer together is because the day that they got back from the show, he had a note on his door from an ex who already has a relationship with his kids. So he decided that he would give that relationship a chance, which shows that he wasn't really interested in Adriana anyway. He was all playing games. All playing games. And I said that from the very beginning. They asked Rashid and, Adriana if they would consider a relationship now that Adriana and Kelfani are no longer together. And while Rashid is talking about how much he respects her and, thinks she's a great person, she's over there whispering with Kelfani, and Tommy's like, hold up, excuse me, we're having a moment right here, what are y'all talking about? And Kelfani was like, I was just asking her if she felt blah 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 blah, because it seems as if she felt some type of way about him basically leaving her high and dry the day after they got back to, the real world, which is the truth of the matter. Y'all have plenty of time to talk about that. This ain't the time. That was real disrespectful. And it showed that no, nothing is going to happen between Rashid and Adriana because she's already shown who she really liked from the beginning. So this whole idea that he was supposed to continue to chase her, bullshit. Bullshit. But yes, Kelfani apologizes to Adriana during the break. They come back, we sum it up, and that is the end. Who else felt like, with the exception of a few of these little relationships that popped up after the show, this was a waste of time? Who else? Waste of time? Waste of time. Y'all need to do better with picking the couples next season. Y'all need to do better with picking people that actually want real relationships instead of picking people that want to come on the show to help their business and to have sex with random people all in one house. Y'all need to do better next time, Ready to Love. All right, y'all. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.